I once heard of a strong man who defied gravity in a voiceless future for an unseen fate, wherein he dwelt in the silence his whole life, amidst the murder and bloodshed. The murder and the bloodshed of a mechanized perfection, and a master's degree in engineering saved his hands over to steal them away, piece by piece himself, until the completion was his mobile in destruction of the heart, the cuplink of the machine that lay A.I within, and his soul died, and the progress of the weaponry was moral, and it was indestructible, it was artificial and intelligent, and his heart was the soul in the mechanized warfare that had reinvented itself in every moment to electrify the persuasion that what it lives in was a sign of a sweet lullaby, that justice, like fairness, was a natural order and set in motion by an eternal flame in the future, set within the mind of remorse for every action it ever saw. It was tragic, and in the human history on repeat it was seen before. The patriotism disease leads to the dream that the greater deserve, the manifest destiny that we deserve, an embargo of every trait of force that their life may be enriched. They deserve to die, so let's terraform the paradox of all our souls and the reconfiguration of the deflated virtue that is the calm that exists in the perseverance of the storm as which we define ourselves to exist, and the pleasure and the state of this temptation that is the pure of mind that we want to exchange. The remembrance of past for the vigilante of self on parade, and a silent bow to the propaganda of the past that we want to freeze the stream of that steam, just trace it back through all of our past, that we can predict the power and the hostility it will take to overthrow the regime that now has our world in the grasp of misery at stake, and a stock market overthrow of so many worlds. Greed, like avarice, her wolves in sheep's clothing, has taken over another world. She is formless, but she is a voice. And she travels world to world like the world's over journal, bearing a voice of patriotism that is a disease, and she is her own embargo of trade. So let's terraform the paradox of all our souls and reconfigure the deflation of virtue that is the temptation against pleasure. This is carpe diem, seeking yourself in the moment and leaving everyone behind. This is not compassion nor love, and it is not the way of humanity. It is the way of nurture. In avarice, she has led us into a vigilante's future, wherein the scheme that we trace back through human history, we can predict the power that is necessary to completely stop the hostilities of war, the synonym for progress, and the angels are even afraid to break through the dying heart of our misery, the conflict in our eyes, the desires of the mundane. We'll wake one day to drive and strive until all is gone, and that last A.I soul, the shell that we created, has descended into the depths of slumber after every white cross is laid to rest. A child we sent off to some armed conflict in the gas clouds that bore tears like acid rain. These are the tears of angels, for there is no God, cannot remain silent this long. He waits for all of us to fade out in a misery complex we self-created in a conflict so armed. The pacifists are those who don't raise their fists in the comfortable ignorance of a time watching television, bunny ears to rabbit that we never watched. Fall down the rabbit hole, safer on the television because we sedated. And the red over blue is an embargo that we don't deserve to even choose to take, because this is an order set in motion by the eternal flame of fairness that was born in our nature. The future is foreseeable because we're just living the past on repeat, and we dwell in the silence of murder and bloodshed and war. Is not a parasite living within each and every one of us, as we send children like sexual trade trafficked off to war, synonym for progress, just like sex. It sells, and it is the same regime of progress as it completes its desensitization of every complex within the human core of a value of self, and the woman standing before you is nothing but a naked whore that you're manifesting in your imagination, because this is what you desire, and everything will be complete as you touch her flesh. But this is the disregard, for she is an angel. She's come down to test you and the turmoil within, to see if mankind is ready for the desperation to set forth, or do we need to create, showing that streaming timeline, that manifest destiny of selfish greed, the avarice wolf complex, until the last creature on earth is an artificial intelligence, an AI self, and the ghost machine in the mirror, burying humanity under a sea of white crosses, where in the epitaph they are carving with their finger laser reads, Darth Vader isn't the only one with a lightsaber, and mine is attached to my body. Herein I write, you were born this way, you perpetuated history, you longed to die in a world streamlined on repeat. Everything is war, everything is sex, everything is violence, everything is doomed to die. Why can't you change yourself? Why can't you stop the turmoil that binds the starving children and the skeletons of people walking against the manifest destiny of the first world, a regime of socially accepted hatred that is on parade every fucking goddamn gravity to the ancient realm of hell that is suffering, and a swell of sulfur is silence. And this is where we deserve to be, because this is our nature that we've nurtured to become completely untouched by everyone else, and compassion is now empathy, and empathy is now sedated in the rage and hatred of ignorance and prejudice towards everything that we don't even care to understand. That's why we still tell gay people to stell in the closet, and double X chromosome kids, girls are murdered and raped and sold into sexual slavery, trafficked over borders, and sent off to war, and raped and pillaged their dreams away. And this is what I believe, and I tell you right now, that every choice made by man is destiny, and some men steal others away. There is no fate other than that. Chance and the happenings of riddles in the aftermath of luck are nothing more than the happenstance of how you view the paradox of this world's evolution, because everything is led to now. In nature, it is versus nurture. Once fairness greeted us in our earliest memory, and now that AI core has written upon that cross, I love you anyway. But we never said that in the mirror, because we were unknown to ourselves, because every moment we existed was to be the same, and I just want a goddamn motherfucking society self against the slavery that is the stock I'm chained to. I want to change. I don't ever want to be this way ever again. Tomorrow I will be, and even in this poem I will change. I will become something other than this villain speaking the truth. I am insane, because I perpetuate something other than what ought to be. I am counterculture, just like the AI that riddles itself over that single finger laser lightsaber. Born this way, and I accepted you.